Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Welcome Pisces to Channel the Future Tarot. My name is Bella. Today we're going to do something a little bit unique and different. We are going to do the Heartbreak to Harmony spread. We all go through that period of time in our life where we experience heartbreak or loss, and this is what we're going to dive a little bit deep into that. Take what resonates with you, toss the universe what does not. It's not meant for you, and that's totally okay. Check out your other placements and the readings that go along with that if you don't find the guidance here that you're looking for. Take that deep breath in. Peace, love, health, and wealth. Yeah, I feel like this is, tears to triumph for you. There's a period where you've been just going through a lot of, a period of pain. Not understanding what's happening in a dynamic. For some of you, we did take out some oracle cards that we'll read from the book at the end of the reading. Feel free to exit it if you're not resonating or wanting to check those out. Otherwise, we're gonna jump into what we did. I grabbed some oracle messages and tarot as I was coming into your meditation. There was a lot of energy and messages coming through. I feel like I heard your touch is speaking louder than your words. There's a lot coming out. You did get your major arcana card was the Empress in reverse. Generosity becomes a little bit superficial in that energy, and I feel like hearts become hardened with this energy. You give and you give and you give in relationships, and when it is not met back in equal measure, then there becomes that sort of resentment, that anger energy. I feel like this is where generosity becomes sort of superficial, and it's becoming a little bit of an issue, hardening your heart around you opening up to it. I feel like there's an energy where someone is sort of, they tease you with what you want to get what they want, right? And I feel like that's coming in here as well. We did have past life relationships. You've known each other before, so this person that you could be still in this relationship with, just because we're dealing with heartbreak and harmony doesn't mean we're not still in it. And so if you are, I feel like you're working through it. You got soulmate relationship here as well. Yes, this is somebody that is your soulmate. Now, definitely we have many soulmates in our lifetime, and it doesn't always necessarily reflect a twin flame connection. So that's not always what I'm indicating there either. So this could be just somebody that you have a really powerful connection with in that sense. We have number 14 card coming out. Ask for help. What do you really need? And be willing to accept support, right? We always feel like our way is the only way, and sometimes the best way to get something done is to do it yourself, and we can become so accustomed to doing that, and that it breaks down some things in relationships if we can't ask our partners for help. So that is something you really want to be kind of learning as well. You really want to be not the only one that's putting out 70% of the effort all the time. 44, get to know each other and learn to meet each other's needs for love. 44 is a master number, so that could be indicating you're working on that. We all have needs and wants in our relationships, and if we're not getting them met, like I said, then that becomes, resentment and animosity starts to build there. So the Heartbreak to Harmony spread, we're going to take a look at. Each card has its own position. The first card out, being Pisces, is the ashes, the foundation of the pain. So we're going to take a look at that. We'll clarify any cards that I feel like we need to or want some more clarity on. So card number 1, let's take a look at the foundation of the pain for Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs of Pisces. It's the foundation for the pain. We got the 4 of Wands coming out in reverse. Okay, so, definitely conflict around that passion and energy. Roots, foundations were sort of conflicted. That is that unsteady home life is it's being indicated there. We're going to take a look at the spark, what the inner resilience is. We'll break it all down in a second. I just want to get some more cards out here so I can see what's going on. Got the World and the Emperor out there. Completion. They've been making a lot of an appearance in the previous reading so far. It's the spark, that inner resilience coming out for Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Pisces. The Ace of Swords. Okay, well, this is you sort of triumph, sort of no matter what. You win or lose. This is you drawing a line in the sand, which I think is very accurate to, for you to be saying. You're kind of just like, stop. You're in your head, you got, opportunities, you're bombarded with thoughts, and I feel like that's what I keep hearing, that bombarded with thoughts. That's maybe where the touch is speaking louder than your words here as well, Pisces. We're going to take a look at the three, the smoke, what's lingering, the fears or the doubts that could be lingering in terms of your love situation. We got that King of Cups, Pisces. This is your energy, but it is you working on mastering your emotions. It is hard to do for all of us, no matter where you are at in life. We all have to work at the composure and working on our emotions, how to best handle situations coming at it. Not only that, but our reaction to situations. I think you're looking at that, how, the lingering doubts about this is just because I feel like you're not completely got a grasp on this. I feel like because this person still has that ability to sort of come at you and attack, your emotional well-being there. We're going to take a look at the Ember, the lessons that are learned here. What lessons were learned for Pisces? Lessons learned for Pisces. The Five of Pentacles, conflict, poverty mindset. This person, there was a sense of causing, a lot of issues around money. I feel like this is either an overspender, somebody that just doesn't appreciate how hard you work for your money. But there's a conflict around money here. Whether somebody's spending too much, where they're spending it, what it is. But this is that poverty mindset. Somebody always, you're feeling like they're a sense of almost using you for the benefit of something, right? In the past. And it caused, like draining financially. There was a sense of really draining, a lot of financial stress there. It keeps coming in. I keep seeing dollars and financial stress. I'm just like, oh. And that could be the core of the foundational issues as well, right? We're going to take a look at the wings. What new possibilities are opening up for you? We got that Ten of Pentacles. Look at that. Wealth. I love the Ten of Pentacles. It is all about prosperity to endings and new beginnings. But this is an ending of a situation around financial poverty or, lack of something there around money. Could be a new job coming in, but endings and new beginnings. There's something here that's beginning to shift and change in terms of what you view as either really superior, valuable, or, there's wisdom gained here around this money sense for you. We're going to take a look at what your ascension is, your current love energy. Now, could be whether you're in, like I said, in a relationship, or you're currently, single and looking to mingle. Here we got the Seven of Swords. This is your current energy. You're in betrayal mode. This is that liar, stealer, and I feel like you're just, you're just not willing to participate in this energy at all. This is somebody that is sort of trying to sneak away with the bank here and, allude to something. I feel like you are, you currently seeing it. Now, maybe that's why it is in your sort of ascension, is because this is you seeing exactly who and what this person represents in terms of what they're bringing to the table here. We're going to look at your guiding path, the path forward in terms of love, what you are, best sort of recommended to do at this time. We have Judgment, Awakening card coming out. This is definitely your path forward is awakening, it's sort of snapping out of it and seeing this clearly for what it is. I think for whatever reason you've been, hoping that this is going to get better, believing it's going to change, or just believing that this is what it is going to be. You're supposed to put up with it or endure it because for whatever reason, that's what you're supposed to do. That's incorrect. That is not what you're supposed to be doing here, Pisces. We're going to take a look at what the potential outcome is here for you, and then we're going to clarify some of these cards, okay? Yeah, you got the Three of Wands, collaboration, not willing to be, working as a team or collaborating with anything. I feel like you're a little bit, you've lost trust and hope in a lot of people and places around you. I think that that's because you've been so hurt and sort of used. You've got that Knight of Cups, that Don Juan energy in reverse. I feel like you're seeing that Don Juan from a mile away, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to pass on that. Because you've got that Eight and Nine of Swords also on the bottom of the deck. These are the cards of restriction, one's self-imposed and one's that sort of hitting rock bottom just before, the completion of this cycle is coming through, Pisces. You're feeling like you're, walking the stilts here, right, of swords. And I feel like intellectually your mind is running, a million miles an hour. You're being presented something that is sort of what you want, but it isn't real. I feel like this person only tells you what you want to hear. and we'll repeat that cycle if, given the opportunity here. We are going to take a look at the foundation of pain, that Four of Wands. Can I clarify that Four of Wands for Pisces, please? Clarifying that Four of Wands, clarified by the Five. I seen that the Five of Wands and the High Priestess there. The High Priestess and the Four of Wands, there's a real sense of that intuition that could have, you already knew this was happening. You already knew this sort of heartbreak was in the making, right? We often do when we're, we just don't want to believe it to be true, right? Death card coming out, that Four of Wands, Scorpio energy. Transformation is inevitable, Pisces, and that is one constant life is change. And cycles ending and new ones beginning. This is that indication. This is definitely the foundation of pain, is needing to be transformed, let go of. The cycle is dead and gone, and it's time to let it go. The Four of Cups coming out for you because you're sitting there in that pain, the foundation of it, and you're not seeing the opportunities that are being presented to you with the other two cups. The Three of Cups in reverse, that a sense of opportunity and, celebration at the end of the day, something you're not even willing to see because it's been a painful energy for you. Now we're going to see, I want to clarify that smoke. Actually, we're going to clarify the Five of Pentacles, please. Can I clarify the Five of Pentacles for Pisces? Clarifying that Five of Pentacles. Clarifying the Five of Pentacles, a lot of restriction. So this issue could have caused, this money issue could have caused self-imposed restriction. That Three of Wands, you wanting that new horizon, that you seeing that new beginning, but not quite, on sure footing to take that chance, right? And I feel like that's understandable. But the Ten of Cups is what you're trying to manifest into being, but it's delayed in reverse because, this is that poverty mindset, that person that's still sucking and draining some energy. So you're not getting that Ten of Cups until you take, that rite of passage, that Six of Swords coming in for you. But leaving what's dead and gone behind. And that's powerful because that's what lessons are learned. You have to take the loss for what it is, take the pain, and move forward. It's a rite of passage. It isn't going to be great, but you know what I mean? This is what, I feel like is powerful for you at this time. This is shattering, the pieces, and so that you're getting a soulful harmony out of it. We're going to take a look at that Seven of Swords, please. Can I clarify that Seven of Swords for Pisces, please? Clarifying that Seven of Swords. Strength in reverse. This is somebody that's definitely, brought you to your knees. This is a person that, made you question so many things about, the situation. It's been hard. That's a lot of conflict, a lot of arguments, a lot of fighting. Around the betrayal, it's like they just don't even, there's not a sense of ownership and acknowledging it. That Knight of Pentacles coming in, you slow and steadily getting up and onto your horse and sort of walking away into the sunset is what's powerfully inevitable there. Can I clarify that Judgment card coming out for you, Pisces, please? Clarifying Judgment for Pisces. The Magician in reverse, you can sort of alchemize or change the course of this direction as long as you start to put things into being, right? The Queen of Swords, get clear about what you want and sort of cut out any energies that are sort of, deceptively eluding you. The Tower in reverse, this is the universe bringing in these unforeseen circumstances. This is a change or course correction that you've been resisting. That is coming with this awakening. This is a powerful awakening that's coming in. You cannot continue down the path that you're on for much longer. I feel like it's the weight beneath it is starting to crush, right? So be mindful of that, Pisces. You have to let this heartbreak go at some time, whether you're in this relationship or learning how to, live again after. This is a sense of letting go is going to be just powerfully prevalent for you, and you're going to start to see the light after the darkness because now you're starting to see a little glimmer of hope each day. Taking a look at these two oracle cards coming out for you. 43, Karma of Catahoula card coming out. I believe this also came out for your other sister sign, Scorpio. Or maybe Cancer, one of the two. But it's a powerful one. Your sacred soul passion is powerful enough to shift the state of your inner reality and your outer experience. So commit to what truly ignites your heart and do not be dissuaded by anything or anyone. If you're seeking to make a commitment, do so when it truly connects you to your heart. Follow your genuine, meaningful bliss. Know that no matter what appears to be, you shall prevail and you shall rise. I like that for you. 12, Perfume of Sophia card coming out for you. Okay. You'll be able to sense the best timing and approach to take to create space for healing and resolution. Connect your body and ground yourself in the here and now with body-friendly practices. You will find your way intuitively and instinctively, even through confusing circumstances, where one moment you are sure the answer is no and the next moment you are sure it is yes. Give up trying to figure out the answer right now and remain open with positive